Hey guys, I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. Whether you're watching this in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening, I'm glad you're all here. Today we've got a really cool TwoSun knife to look at that I unboxed a little over a week ago, and I've been hanging out with it and think a lot of it and was going to share it with you guys. First though, I want to thank all the channel members. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you more than you know. And anybody that comes in to look at my knife, my EDC content, and take the time out of your day to watch it, thank you. I appreciate you more than you know. I'd be honored and humbled if you're so inclined, if you'd hit that subscribe button and that bell notification icon. Really help me out. So this is a knife that kind of attracted my attention at White Mountain Knives. I picked it up browsing one day at White Mountain Knives. It was I just will go there sometimes and look at TwoSuns. I always like to look at what's come in new, but then I also like to go in and look at brands because for some reason I miss a lot of stuff. And I don't know if it's the way that they categorize it, but I do like to go in and I do like to look for my TwoSuns and just see what we've got new, what's come out. And this TwoSun TS396 is a newer model. It is a very unique model. It's titanium. It's carbon fiber. You've got this inset carbon fiber and this tumbled titanium on both sides. Does fine on the spine whack test. Has an internal, and I hate the freaking spine whack test. I think it's ridiculous, but that's just me personally. I'm gonna quit spine whacking knives. User beware. It's got the weirdest clip. I don't think it's reversible, so it could have very easily been done reversible, but I don't think that TwoSun probably wanted to mill that other side. They probably looked at the reality of how many lefties they were dealing with, and I can understand that. I mean, I'm not going to fault them for making that decision. So it's not a reversible clip, but it is a titanium clip that works very well. This knife goes in and out of pocket like a dream. Just simply push it down and pull it up. I mean, that's what I would call a very utilitarian clip that works very, very well. You've got this tall, flat ground M390 blade. And this must be a numbered set by a maker that I'm not familiar with, or designer, Keanu, Keanu. And this is number 151. This is, again, an M390 knife with an internal liner lock, with a flipper-only deployment, with a super tall, flat ground blade. And I really, really like it. I usually buy TwoSuns, keep them for a little while, and then turn them around. You know, I've still got TwoSuns in my collection. I keep some for specific reasons. And this one's going to be one of those knives, I believe, just because it's such a therapeutic slicer with that tall flat grind. I will let y'all in on a secret though. I think they're in stock at White Mountain Knives. You can use my code Javon10 to save 10%, or you can use somebody else's code, one of the other creators. But guess how much this knife was before this is MSRP, before I put in my Javon10 code. Just guess. I'm going to tell you the materials after I finish zoning out on the paper that I'm cutting. Alright, so again, we've got tumbled titanium, carbon fiber inset, both sides, a stamped titanium clip. It is titanium. I checked it during the unboxing. If you guys were here, we did the little magnetic test and it doesn't pick up. M390 blade stock, numbered, limited edition, 99 bucks before discount. I will leave a link if it's not in stock. For some reason, just put your email in and they'll email you when it comes back in stock if you're interested in a knife like this. But I thought it was too good of a value to pass up. It's got this satin, belt satin finish, this really nice belly, and if you do any type of skinning or any kind of hunting, I think that's probably a great blade for that type of work. It's, you know, you do have that rolling tip, kind of like a Tonto there for dicing, but you know, your detail cuts, you're going to have to get pretty far up there because your tip is so high and you do have so much belly. Let's do a couple of quick size comparisons, see what this guy is looking like. Let's look at it next to the Satu Dave 4 Max. I'm getting ready to send Satu another package. I've been trying not to overwhelm him. Oop. Let's look at it next to the Civivi Baby Banter. So it's going to be, of course, smaller than the 4 Max, bigger than the Baby Banter. Let's look at it next to our Benchmade Bug Out. And our Spyderco Paramilitary 2. So guys, it's just a little bit smaller than the PM2, a little bit larger, good bit larger than the Bug Out. So we'll call it PM2, roughly sized, which means with our handy dandy tape measure that this guy is going to clock in. I'm not going from the clip, I'm going from the body of the knife. It's going to clock in at 8 1/4. Going from the back of the clip, if you're that person, it's a little bit more than 8 1/4. The blade is 3.5 inches. The cutting edge is 3.5 inches. The handle is 4.5 inches. So you've got a good 4.5 inches to grab onto from that front choil. 4 inches from, well, the front choil is what I call this kind of in between manufactured choil, that if you want to keep your hand back here, you've got a full 3 inches. But it's a bigger knife, so I would consider it definitely a full-size knife. Let's do a couple of quickie thickies. So the blade stock's going to clock in at 0.1525. The thickness, because it's not contoured, it is just kind of rectangular, 0.533, so it's a little bit thicker than 1/2 inch. And again, you don't have contouring here. However, you do have smooth edges everywhere. There are no sharp edges on this knife. It's done very well. All the hard edges are knocked off except for the jimping, which is done pretty well. Let's look at this behind the edge thinness, because it is very, very thin. 0.0160. .0200. 0.135. So yeah, it's a tall flat grind, which is going to give you a lot of area for it to get thin, right? So you've got 1.25 inch height there. Let's find our Javon's scale, because it is a full-size knife. I think it feels pretty beefy. What we say it was 3.5 inch cutting area. It's 5.45 ounces. So yeah, it's a chunky knife, but that's what I like about it. That's what kind of attracted me to it. I didn't have any illusion when I picked it up, and you guys know I'm spatially challenged, but I didn't have any illusions that it was going to be a thin knife, that it was going to be a small knife. But it's a handful. It's got a fantastic Slurpee Saver grip, fantastic draw cut grip, fantastic, just bigger, full-size knife. And the clip, I cannot state how well it goes in and out of pocket. But guys, that is the TwoSun TS396, a Keanu design. And I hope you guys found this informative, educational, entertaining, somehow helpful. I really hope it was helpful. And if I can answer any questions, shoot me a DM on Instagram, leave me a comment. I'll do my best to get to it. I'm terrible in the comments. It's something I'm working to be better on. I apologize. But most importantly, I love you all. Please look out for the guy or gal to your left. Please check on that guy or gal to your right. Please look out for each other. Go forward with love in your heart. Please choose debate, not hate. I love you all. Peace.